In this video, I want to share with you some quick, awesome exercises that will incorporate some yoga and meditation in order to stretch your neck and shoulder regions and eliminate that stiffness and that tension. So this is very useful, and they're essentially just stretches. So if you're not into the yoga meditation, um, you can just do the stretches. But essentially, all these things help in different ways. Meditation, there's a lot of science behind it, but all of them help. And tense shoulders, even if you don't think you have them, anything tense in your body, I think it really just affects your entire life. And if you're walking around and you just feel uncomfortable in your shoulders or your neck, that shows off, and people perceive you in certain ways. Sometimes it's like a cat and egg, what's it called? A cat and mouse thing where both of these things affect each other, more like chicken and egg. So what I mean by that is you have bad posture and you have a lot of tension because of things in your life and how you perceive yourself. So for instance, maybe you get bullied a lot or you're unconfident, and maybe you get harassed and you don't stand up for yourself at work, and so you're shrugged over all the time, and you don't take up a lot of surface area or space. And the whole idea behind that is it's a sort of animal body language signal to show that you're not in charge and that um, you're not in control. And so if you look at someone who's shy, or maybe more than shy, harassed or uncomfortable or anxious, they're usually huddled. But when you think of someone who's confident and knows what they're doing, they're usually, they have their chest out and they're willing to take on the world. So without further ado, let's just get into the exercises. So the first thing you can do, and again, that intro is very important because other than exercises, it's something deeper that you can do to improve this in the long term. Rather than just stretching it and trying to fix it every day and just go like this every day and do all sorts of stuff, maybe you can figure out the root cause. Maybe it's because you're always hunched over at your desk, or you have a work environment or lifestyle that can be fixed somehow. Maybe you have to change your mindset and perspectives so that you don't think of yourself as someone with low self-esteem. Anyhow, let's get to the exercises. So the first thing you want to do is we're going to start with some meditation. Close your eyes. Try and clear your mind. If thoughts come in, you acknowledge them, but you let them pass. I try not to force them out because that just ends up being worse. So I acknowledge them, I let them come in and come out. Now, I usually tend to pick out some sound. Usually I just use my voice, and I use just a noise. It shouldn't represent anything because words bring up images, and you just want a sound that doesn't mean anything. Rum might work for you, but if that makes you think of the alcohol, it doesn't really work. So I just go with, I actually use rum, but for you it might be um, 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 and it's just to help you focus and clear your mind. Now, after a while, after doing that, you can start stretching. So one way is just to go like this. Sometimes I massage this area a bit, but I just keep my eyes closed. Um, Go like this a bit. Sometimes for this hand, I just stretch it towards the ground, and then I move my head this way, and that stretches and removes the tension here. Sometimes I'll even massage it a bit. And we'll do that for a little bit. And then you do the same thing on the other side. I won't show you how to do it because it's the same process on the other side. And of course, this is the crash course, so I'm going much faster than I would normally do this. And of course, you can do a stretch like this with your head just up. Hold it there for a while. while continuing your meditation. Then like this. Again, neck tension and shoulder tension can come from a lot of sources. Maybe it's because you work out a lot and you're constantly doing shoulder presses without stretching it. And that can lead to some horrible, horrible times in the future. In fact, I've heard that a lot of the biggest illnesses come from horrible posture problems that you develop early on in your life. So here's another stretch. It's more of a chest stretch. Another one is to bring your head all the way down, stretching the back side of your neck. And that's pretty much the whole thing in a nutshell.